Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, Mr.
I
James.
am muted. Can you hear me now?
Hello,
Hi.
James.
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear me?
I, I
Testing one, two,
sorry.
three.
Can you hear me? No, no, no. Don't. I don't hear you.
Okay. Be right back.
Hello.
I
Hello,
don't think we
bro.
can hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Yay. Good. So, welcome. Welcome to James Green's English conversation class. I'm James, and um, let me check in the chat if you can hear me. Say yes.
Okay.
Luximo can, yes. Great. This is my weekly English class, open conversation. We play the joining game, spontaneous conversation activity for learning, practicing, joining. This is being broadcast on YouTube, onto my YouTube channel. If you want to see previous classes that I've broadcast onto YouTube, you can go to my teacher student space, chat with the teacher, James Green. I'll put that into the chat. And you can see my other classes. This is being recorded as well. So if you, for any reason, don't want to be recorded, please don't appear on the stage and don't write anything in the chat. The chat is also being recorded. Um, we'll do a 90-minute class, and after about an hour, I will ask for a vote, and we'll see if you want to extend for another 90 minutes. So 90-minute class with the potential of doing a 3-hour class. And the basic idea is this is your group. I'm the host. I set the boundaries. I'm available to offer suggestions, but this is your group, and what you do here, what you talk about, is yours. You're completely responsible for what happens here.
Can I ask something?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Teacher James, can you open a topic, something interesting?
Something interesting. Where on earth am I
Yeah.
going to find something interesting?
What do you like?
Where on earth am I going to find what I like and what is interesting? Where is
Google.
that? Where would that be?
I think in Discord.
In Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's great.
Okay.
You think I'm going to find what I like in Discord?
I think you're going to find what do you like in yourself.
Oh,
I have a question. I mean, an observation. Maybe we can start with that.
give it a try.
Let's talk about
Hello, guys.
Matt.
Okay, so I have an observation that like nowadays in this digital era, people don't have hobbies anymore. Like, when you ask
Yeah.
someone, do you have any hobbies, something like that, like, oh, I just watch movies. I just like, rest and chill.
You
Like,
know,
no, nowadays, like, you don't see like people like really do sports anymore, like do art, do
yeah,
music, real hobbies that like connect people with
yeah.
others.
I think, yeah, I think.
You said that,
Yeah,
hold on a second. You said that it would be interesting to talk about hobbies because people don't have hobbies in the digital age.
Yeah, exactly. This is just an observation that, like, every time I speak to someone in Discord or elsewhere, it's like, yeah, do you have any hobbies? Something they're like, I just watch movies, I just watch series, like most of the time, or either just like do sport from time to time. But like, I think that before people were like doing more things like writing, journaling, or like writing novels, doing theater. That's what I think. I think that like this digital era like made people more just with their devices, I guess.
Certainly.
Or just me with my community.
Okay. So, I think people here like social science, like understanding people and studying trends. Because people make these comments a lot in my class about what people generally do, right? People generally do this, or people are generally moving in this direction or that direction. Um,
Yeah,
please,
true.
please understand me when I say
Yeah.
this. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares what people are doing? I bet you care about what you're doing and what people right here are doing, but um, so what? People don't write novels. People use the internet instead of reading newspapers. How does that matter for you? I bet it does matter for you.
Well, it depends, I
Or
think.
we're going to become social scientists and sit and neutrally observe the world. I don't know. What
I think it depends. Really.
it depends.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it
The
depends. But
fa- the
in my
fa-
perspective,
the famous last words of anybody hedging their bets. It depends. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay,
Do you know the expression hedge your bets?
yeah.
Does anybody know the
I
expression?
don't.
No? Hedge your bets.
Well,
Okay. I, no.
It means to avoid commitment.
Understand.
had your best.
Yeah, avoid committing when faced with a difficult choice. Right? You can just say, well, it depends. What are you going to do tomorrow? Well, it depends. What are you going to study when you go to university? It depends. Are you going to have children? It depends. Are you going to let this man die? It depends. Yeah, it depends. It's kind of a cliche to say that it depends because of course it depends. But that avoids the issue. What does it depend on? What does it if you can say what it depends on, then we can get somewhere because that's the criteria. So um, my question was, how does it matter to you? You said it depends. Okay, so tell me what it depends on.
I don't know. So maybe Henry.
Can't hear you.
A what?
I can't hear you.
A
I don't
what?
know if my sound is working okay. There's a little weirdness that makes me wonder if sound is working okay. But
Yeah, I can hear you.
let's see.
I I have like a response to what you said. You said like, what do you care, right? As a
Yeah,
question.
yeah. I mean, I'm being a little bit provocative, but it's a real question.
Okay.
But I'm really interested in what you care about. I want to know when you say well, so you have a response. Go ahead.
Um, I care about like how people live or like how people are living right now because I believe like we are. I mean, um, how we live is important and how other people live is important, and and it's affecting everyone, right? So if everyone like changing the way of their lifestyle, and for example, I think that your environment affects you a lot, right? And let's say if everyone in your community, your environment are healthy, you're like have more tendency to be healthy. Or like if your community is more intellectual, more into reading, you'll be more into reading. And nowadays, like I feel like just an observation, I'm not making a generalization, but like I feel like people are more into just like, chilling, watching movies and, doing
Yeah,
like
being not.
things that are not like I don't feel like very healthy, not healthy, but like very productive hobbies that can benefit the society in general. For example, let's go to where like the Roman Empire, like this era, right? People were like just going in this agora and discussing political issues and the issues like or topics and stuff like that. They were like public kind of discussions about things that are going on. So I feel like the way we are living right now is kind of more passive than active. This is the thing.
What do you think about what we're doing here, having a public discussion? Do you find this to be active?
It is active and it is interesting. And I wish if there is more like this in other, places around the world.
I hate to disagree with you, but to agree with you, but yeah, you are right. People are not so social these days, and I think it's because of the phones and internet, because every app in your phone, in your laptop, in your TV is designed to control you. In some degree, it's to control you and to, I do not know how to tell that, but teacher James, can you help me?
Manipulate, maybe manipulate
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way you think.
yeah. In some degree, you are right, bro.
Yes, exactly. Today I was trying to exit the Facebook app on my phone, and no matter how hard I tried, but back button didn't work, and I need to, I don't know, do something else extra to exit the app. So they are making it hard for us to actually.
I will give you guys one tip. If you wanna get more social, just delete the apps like Instagram and Facebook and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
on, and just go out and talk to people.
Yeah.
You will be surprised how nice people are.
Well, no. Uh,
Yeah, that's true.
Are
What
you
about Discord?
wait. Are you suggesting that people delete Discord too?
Should
No,
I
no,
just
no,
should I
no.
delete Discord?
I mean, Discord, especially this group, this Discord
yeah.
server, is so designed
Well,
to make people
well,
interactive and to make
yeah.
people social.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
this is an exception to the rule.
the stuff that you doesn't need, like Facebook, why do you need it? I mean, Messenger and Instagram, maybe you can need them for texting your friends and so on. But TikTok,
Yeah.
like TikTok,
You don't like TikTok?
TikTok.
I mean, it's such a waste of time.
It is pure brain rot.
Yeah, yeah, it's killing your brain and so on.
I just joined TikTok. I love it. What am I not seeing? Tell me the dangers that I'm in that I'm not aware about because I loved it.
I mean,
I mean,
go ahead, go
Well,
ahead.
okay, okay.
some.
I mean, you have to be if you use. There is TikTok is double-edged knife.
Yeah. Some things is good.
If you are consuming it, it's bad, and if you are producing TikToks, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's different. You can consume all day. Maybe I know many people that
Matter of
consume
fact,
TikTok.
My take is okay. You, Mr. Green, you can enjoy in moderation, but other people, especially younger people, just spend the whole day scrolling through videos and stuff like that, and they waste their whole day, their whole time. So it's counterproductive, I think. That's my take
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
I'm gonna do a poll. Do you waste too much time on social media?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
use the social media.
Do you waste too much
And
time on
maybe
social media?
how much time? Yeah, on average a day.
I think we can reverse the question because, like, for example, social media are made to make us more bonded, right? To make us more social and connected wherever we are. So we can ask a reverse question like how much time you are being social per day or per week, how much time you spend with your friends in real life, and these kind of real questions.
Yeah, yeah, it's a nice question, but you missing something.
But what? Missing something?
What is
Yeah,
it?
he miss, and you have to add something to the question. And where do you
Uh-huh.
spend your time with your friends? Because you can spend it on TikTok too. You can text them. You can text them on Instagram. You can text them on Messenger. You can text them on other platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
But
I
mhm.
was about to say, if you spend your time on TikTok with friends, there is a little need, a little trigger to make you go on TikTok all day. One notification, like
So
Well, these kind of social media and platforms. they are made to keep us there, you know, like the algorithm and everything. Like it's made to keep people using it more and consume more content. It's
Jeff
built that
Jeff
way.
Bezos, Jeff Bezos was interviewed. I do not know how to spell that word, how to pronounce it. But in one interview, he said iPhone was not meant to be for consumers, not meant to be that much used.
Okay, for me, I have things that I didn't use so much social media because I don't have Wi-Fi. So I have a box with Wi-Fi, but I turn off the Wi-Fi just for my kids, but also to don't go to social media. So when I'm at home, I have more the choice to read a book or to write or to draw, and I think it was the best decision of my life to didn't have internet at home or didn't have internet when I'm go outside. So I'm always in with the world. I go to park. Uh, I'm really here and not on my phone or not on my computer. I'm always with my kid, with my family, and I think if people do the same, we could have a new I don't know how to say that, but I think we were more present.
You guys are so disciplined with your social media use. This is how I sleep. This is my phone. This is how I sleep.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and like, I'm impressed that you guys use so social, having in-person friends, um, going to the park, turning your internet off. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Didi,
Yeah,
just
can hear you.
Okay, so I like to think about phones and social media as a tool because they are. So think of it as a Swiss Army knife. You use it to do something. You use a knife to cut something, open a box, and you're done with it. If you do not have a use for it, like, for example, to open a box, no? Uh, you just play with the knife and you get hurt, which is not good, of course. And you basically wasted time and got hurt when you could use that knife to open a box to do something productive with it. For example, we use Discord to learn something. If we're just spending time to spend time on it, it's wasted time, in my opinion.
I just said that, bro. I just said that. Like it's double-edged sword.
Yeah, I think different social media platforms have different usage. For me, Discord is somewhere that I learn, and I love Discord. But for example, I hate Facebook. I do not open Facebook so often. I just open this suddenly accidentally today for a video, and then I figure out, okay, if I want to exit, they make the app in a way that you spend more time, and I feel like I'm manipulated by those big companies. So yeah, that's the feeling.
I have a question for all of you. Why we focus on talking to the problem, and instead, why don't we focus on solving the problem? Like, yeah, I hear many people, many of you spending too much time on TikTok, on social media. And let's focus about how can we solve that problem. Let's think
Let me
about
tell
it.
you, Nadezhov, let me
You
tell
can
you how
tell me.
you to solve the problem. You need a few things. You need a partner, a few friends, a job, and a life. If you don't have them, like me, for example, you can't solve it. It's simple as that. Thank you.
I didn't understand what did you say, bro. I didn't understand anything. I'm so sorry, Alexander.
I said you need friends. Real life. You know in real life you need friends, a partner, stuff to do, in real life.
Yeah, I understood this, but I didn't understand the last part. You said you doesn't have a friends and something like that. I'm so
Yeah, so
sorry.
what? Yeah, that's the case, yeah.
I think if you cannot help you by yourself,
Yeah, I'm
nobody
not
can help you. Like,
yeah,
Yes,
I'm not blaming anyone. It's on me. It's 100% on me. I'm just saying how to say, you asked how to solve this. If you have people in real life who
I
care for
I
you and you care for them,
I
you can
think
solve
I think
it.
I think, bro, you said it right, but if you cannot help you, nobody is going to help you, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
I don't
friends.
disagree with you. Yeah.
You choose if your day is going to be productive and you choose not to be. Like you choose to spend in social media.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah, you can help yourself, yes. I mean, I don't blame anyone for my condition, my predicament. Did you hear me blame anyone but me?
No, bro. I didn't play. No, I didn't. I understood what you said, but I'm talking about that the last part that you said. You need friends
Yes.
to help you.
Do
But
you
this is
agree?
the wrong mindset because many people doesn't have friends like you. You just said you doesn't have friends, and you're not the only one.
I know, yeah, there's like a loneliness epidemic, in the world right now going on. So yeah, it's not unusual at all. I don't know
Yeah,
why, maybe because of the social media. Maybe the social media is one cause of it, or maybe it is it is a product of it. I don't know which one it is the cause or the effect, but they play a big part, I think.
yeah, they play. I didn't say that they do not play, but I think and I say many people doesn't have friends, and if they think they are in this position that they cannot help themselves, but friends, only friends can help them. They are going to be more unproductive.
You said many people do not have friends. So I created a poll.
Yeah,
Do you have friends?
yeah.
Real life or in general, both on Discord and online and
You can
real life.
Let's
You
you can
have
see
ask
to
how.
your
be
own
specific.
questions. I'm asking my own questions. I'm not distinguishing for me online or in person
Okay, fair, fair enough.
Mr. Green, can I compliment you?
as much as you want.
You are so positive. I like your vibe.
Okay, well thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about what I do or say that you experience as being positive?
Uh, I I think just by the expression of
Oh,
your face, and yeah, just by the expression of your face. And I do not know if people believe in this, but people have aura,
oh, an
aura,
aura. Mm.
like aura, yeah. And it's your aura is very positive.
Thank you. What about your aura? How do you experience your own aura? Not positive?
I think it's normal. I do not think it's so positive and negative.
What kind of
Just
aura would
normal.
you like to give off? Would you like to give off a more positive aura?
Yeah, yeah. I think if I were able to give positive feelings to the people, I would
Hmm.
do it.
Do you know what do you know what gets in
But
the way of giving more of a positive vibe in the way that you present yourself?
I'm not that
You're
big.
not
Like
that what?
I do not have I do not have following, and I'm not famous because I can always yeah. But yeah, it's nice to give positive feelings to people.
So, um, you you see me as having a following and of being somewhat famous, and you like that. There's something about that that you like that appeals to you.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you're the creator of this server,
No, I'm
right?
not the creator of the server. I've been a teacher here for about 2 years, maybe a little longer, but no, I have. I'm not the creator of the server.
Oh, oh. But you have students. In
Well,
some degree,
sure.
you have
There's
following.
many teachers in the server. I'm pretty, you know, I'm more visible. I put my camera on and I do a weekly class, but there are other teachers who do that. And there's also a large moderation team that works day in and day out to keep the server functioning.
نعم
Yeah, yeah.
نعم يا حبيبي
Everything okay? You're
Oh my God.
Ola,
ليش ايش اسمعي
mute yourself. Thanks.
Yeah. So I have a question about you, Mr. Green.
Shoot.
What is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby. Um, my favorite hobby.
Listening music.
I do like listening to music, but it's not my favorite. I like to chat with ChatGPT.
Oh,
Really?
that's
Yeah. Oh
Really?
gosh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I
Interesting.
I can't I can't I do like
It's
I do
my
20
first time.
chats a day. I have so many chats with ChatGPT. I can't stop. Um, what did I talk about with ChatGPT earlier today? Processing grief. I do role plays. I do so I can't. I mean, uh, stuff about free speech and shouting, codependency. I do games. I do history. Um, actually, I'm planning on doing a class where it's just me and ChatGPT talking, and
Oh,
people can come.
that
So
sounds good.
everybody's in the audience. I'm just talking with ChatGPT, and you can add questions or comments that I will refer to in my conversation with ChatGPT. I'm going to try it. I don't know how it'll go. It's something I have in mind.
That sounds so interesting. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, I will.
It's interesting.
I will. Because I have such interesting conversations with ChatGPT. I find it, yeah. You know, I have like the pro account. I pay for a pro account, and so I can go and like call ChatGPT up on the phone and chat with the advanced model, and I go for a walk for like 90 minutes, and I'm just me saying, "Hey, ChatGPT, teach me how to do computer programming, and teach me about the history of Northern Africa, and teach me about this thing about that and this and I mean, it's it's just incredible."
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Sure. Who's that?
It's me, Iskander. So I have heard that in ChatGPT, ChatGPT search consumes 10 times more energy than a Google one. Have you noticed any difference in your electricity bills?
Come on. First of all, the electricity that it's using is at the data center, not at your house. But then the question is, at the data center, does it require a lot of electricity to power the data center? Is that your question?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Well, let's ask ChatGPT.
Oh,
There,
that's
there,
that's a reliable source.
ChatGPT, how much electricity does it take to power the data centers that you use to run ChatGPT? It starts by saying, it's a secret.
Oh, that's quite suspicious.
It's a corporate secret.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Green.
Training a model such as ChatGPT-3 can consume up to 10 gigawatt hours, which is the same annual usage for 1,000 US households.
Yo. Which brings me to the question, Mr. Green. What do you think about artificial intelligence and the revolution of robots? Are they bad, evil, or they're something like tools?
Yeah, I think the question of real human stupidity is more interesting than artificial computer intelligence. Let me repeat that. I think the question of real human stupidity is more interesting than the question of artificial computer intelligence.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, we know about people and human
that's a good.
stupidity. We know about it.
We know
And
about human stupidity.
we know about it. But I like to discuss something that we do not know about, like about the future. Because the human stupidity has been all life, decades, centuries there.
Millions of years.
I mean, can I add comment?
Let's ask you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think like what you said, James, about human stupidity. I think like that's a good way to direct or approach the conversation. Like really, I think like we should care about human stupidity far more than the greater advancement of artificial intelligence.
So you don't think that maybe in the close future there will be a robot that can kill you?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we as humans, we seek for evolution. And what evolution is for us is like everything that makes easy for you. I mean, take example, let's say cars, right? Vehicles. So in the 19th century, and then the ending of 19th century, horses used to be the way of transportation, even for a long-term distance. Now, it used to be like that for centuries and centuries to become like for thousands of years, right? But then in the beginning of the 20th century, there used to be things called vehicles, cars, the ones that made. So it made things easier for mankind because it doesn't produce poop when you walk around
So you
neighborhoods.
look, so you look positive on the artificial intelligence.
Oh, well, I'm well aware. I mean, sometimes
I have a
things that
question
makes
for you. I have a question for you. Maybe
well,
cars are good, but we don't know if artificial intelligence will be good for the human nation. Like
well, that's the thing. I
we
mean,
don't know,
look,
we do not know what maybe ChatGPT would evolve into a super robot and would kill the rest of the humans.
Are you gonna let
I
him bully you
mean,
like that, Lestat? You gonna let him?
no, like
You gonna let him beat you up with his questions?
I have a good argument on that question. I mean, the thing is that all of us, like, don't worry about artificial intelligence, but the people working for the artificial intelligence worry about it. Like, everyone, even those who work at Google, who used to protest against Google about artificial
Yes.
intelligence, they
Hello?
say,
Yes.
I've worked on this
Rachida.
thing. It 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 will be
Plaza.
endangerment.
Glass.
So
If you're
like,
not talking to
I,
us,
I
Ay,
please
didn't.
mute
firmadın mı
yourself.
la hala?
If you're not talking to us, please mute yourself.
Wala kang kusmang trouble.
Iskandar.
Oh my God.
so yeah, I think like we should worry it since the developers of the artificial intelligence worry about it.
So
Like,
you just told me you are not worried about it, but now you are telling me that the developers of artificial
no,
Hope,
intelligence
hope,
are
hope,
worried.
no,
hope, hope,
no,
hope, hope.
no,
Boop, boop, boop,
no.
boop, 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 boop.
Yeah,
Boop, 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 boop,
You
boop,
didn't
boop,
summarize
boop,
me
boop.
enough.
Boopity boop bop boop. Guys,
yeah.
guys, how come I have to say boop 20 times before you guys recognize me?
I thought that was a verb.
That's
Poop,
funny. That's
right?
funny. No. Um, so this is not a one-on-one conversation, and this is not an interview. If you ask a question, that's a difference. In my activity, the joining game, asking a question is a difference. It introduces a new idea and it is a kind of interruption. So what I suggest you do is you ask before bringing it in. Otherwise, we're going to have increasing levels of chaos. Nothing wrong with questions, just like there's nothing wrong with a well-timed interruption. However, it can become overused and it can become an obstacle. So we just want to watch it. So Hope, you were asking a couple
Yeah.
of questions to Lestat. What I suggest, instead of directing your questions to Lestat, bring these in as questions to the group, to yourself, and check with the group if it's ready to face another question, because questions are a little bit like work. They can be
Yeah.
useful, but they can also be an imposition if we're not ready for it, if we're not ready to take on new work or more work. So back to you. Can somebody tell me what I said?
Yes,
Well,
Mehrab here. I'd like to summarize.
Go ahead, Marab.
Questions are a form of work. When we ask a question, we need to work to answer that question. So if we ask a question frequently, it can change and make it confusing and stop us from exploring one side. So it is suggested to, when we want to ask a question, check with the group and ask if they are ready, if it is ready to, if it's open to welcome difference.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. About what we are talking now, which is AI and whether it's gonna be good in the future. And other side is if it's gonna be horrible and terrifying. So we have two sides. Of course, a lot. It's unknown. It's in the future. We don't know. Currently, we have many use cases, many useful use cases. I use AI tools daily, and it really helps me for learning English and many other things. So yeah, but also there are some concerns. But we should, I think, if we try to choose one side and try to explore that. For example, we want to say, okay, how is it gonna be terrifying for our future? We can focus on that and then try to explore it and see different options. Yeah, this is my suggestion. So I don't know where the group wants to go, but I'm open to explore both sides.
Where do you want to go, Statue, Marab?
Now I want to go about how it can be dangerous.
Okay.
And what do you think about AI intelligence, artificial intelligence? I cannot pronounce your name. I'm so sorry.
It's no problem. My name is Mehrab actually, but you can say if it's hard for you. Yeah. So I think there are currently some discussions in the world regarding how AI can be, replace humans. There are many discussions about it. So what I think, how it can be horrifying if we, I don't know, if let me think. For example, I can imagine, there are some movies. I can imagine that AI tools gonna be very intelligent and they gonna, they gonna raise against humans and say, okay, we are the next generation. Humans are stupid, and we're gonna replace them. That's a picture that I can imagine. Yeah.
Yo, James Green, are you from Iran?
Yeah.
James Green, James Green.
Funny.
You're on YouTube, just so you know. You're on YouTube.
Yeah, Iran, YouTube. You Shia, or you like what are you?
I remember something cringe.
Hey James, what's the name of your
YouTube.
What's that?
What's the name of your channel on YouTube?
You will find it in another way. Not like this.
How come?
Because I said so.
No, but like, how can I find it?
By listening.
It's prohibited to do that, right?
What's Prohibited to do what?
To promote your channel in the chat in the server.
Not for me. But the point I want to make is just that we're having a conversation. So ease off on the jumping in. I told people about my channel earlier, and you can scroll up and you can find it. It's in my chat with a teacher space. We've been going on, so I'll post it again. Go to my chat with a teacher space. You'll find my past videos and link to my YouTube channel. But I want to stay with I lost who was speaking. I think it was, I can't remember, was it Rob or Hope?
He was no,
Yeah.
Hope. He was saying something, and you said he's on YouTube.
No, that was before the interrupt. That was after. That was
Yeah.
response to
Was with
we had
interruption.
I think it was with me.
We had a conversation about AI and how it could be dangerous for the future.
Yeah.
It was way before.
And can we bring back the topic and let's say the opinion of the other people? Luximo, can you tell us what do you think about AI and what is?
I want to try something a little different. We can invite Luximo in for sure. There's plenty of people who haven't talked. In fact, I haven't even had a chance to talk. I felt like it was hard to get a word in because you guys have been so passionately discussing. But you can invite people in. There's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe you'll expect
thing
my brother
is,
to join.
What's that?
Oh, nothing. I'm sorry for the interruption.
It's fine. I like teaching a little bit about something I call pushing, rowing, waving. Pushing, rowing, waving, or pushing, waving, rowing. In a conversation, there's 3 things you can do. You can push somebody and say, hey, Merab, I want you to talk about ancient Rome. I'm interested in ancient Rome, so Merab, please talk about it. That's called pushing. We can wave, which is like, oh, are you interested in talking about artificial intelligence? So am I. Please keep going. Like, I like what you're doing. I won't do any work. I'll just, say yes to what you're doing. And then there is rowing. And rowing is like we get in the boat and we all do some work. So Hope adds an opinion, Lestat adds an opinion, Merab adds an opinion. Now, there's a bit of a tricky thing in finding a balance between us doing the rowing and giving people a chance. Sometimes it's hard to resist the temptation to push on others to get them to talk. Leave that to me. I'll do the pushing of people if it becomes necessary. Let people kind of jump in on their own. If there's silence, it's okay. That actually may be the reason that people are not coming in, is because there hasn't been enough silence. Can you tell me what I said, Hope?
Yeah, I understood everything.
Can you demonstrate it through Can you demonstrate it through a summary?
My English is not that great, actually. I'm so sorry.
Can you give it a try? Your English has been pretty high level so far.
I'm glad that you think about it, but not to push people in the chat. If they wanna talk, they will talk, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's the main idea.
Yeah, but I did that because before Gabriel was asking about your channel, Luximo started talking about artificial intelligence, and Gabriel interrupted Luximo.
Oh, I must have missed that. Okay. Is that
Okay.
true, Luximo?
No, I've been silent for a while since the topic about
Okay,
social media.
no
Yes.
problem. Maybe there's been a misunderstanding.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Or was someone else? I'm so sorry, guys. That's why, and I didn't wanna left him behind because I know there is going to open a topic, and many people do not like that. I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
So
Sorry.
No
don't
problem.
don't be
I'd like
apologetic.
to.
Um,
Mm.
ca- ca- can I have my take on this, if you don't mind, Mehrab?
Yes, yes, of course.
Thank you. So I've heard that James prefer the rowing type of a conversation in the in the in the floor, right?
Yes.
So here's the thing, in rowing, when we're all in the same boat, what we should do together is that we row the boats gently down the stream, right? So not everybody in the stage is, let's say, gentle with rowing the boat. So we have this chaos, and that is more likely that the boat will flip on us. So
Yeah,
instead
That's
of
a
yeah,
doing,
yeah,
negative prediction.
yeah.
well, it's always one-on-one, I guess. Yeah, it's negative, yeah.
The statue said it very, very right.
Well, do you want to
Because
well do you
I'm
want
so
to
sorry, what?
extend do you want to predict the future, or do you want to run the experiment?
I'm going to, I'm in the
Well,
experiment.
we did
I'm
run the
going,
experiment.
Where?
Well, I think like 30 minutes before, where we had like one-on-one between me and Hope, and then the whole thing flipped over and we started fresh again. Is that it, or is that a false, well, let's say, unwise experiment?
I'm not sure I follow you. So you had something happen between the two of you, and you think
Yeah,
of that as the boat capsizing?
yeah.
Okay.
It was about artificial intelligence.
So how did the boat capsize? You guys
We,
you guys were getting into a back and forth. You guys got stuck in a
yeah,
little bit of a pattern there. And
yeah.
yeah, well that happens, right? We can get stuck in those kinds of dynamics. So how do you prevent that, or how do you remove yourself when you get stuck in a kind of conversational dynamic that you don't like?
Right now, I think that since you are the, let's say, the Mr. Speaker of this stage, you eliminate that before I even intend to shut it off. But in a regular basis, like, I'll just say to each their own and then walk away.
Okay. You would walk away. Yeah, that's certainly something you can do. That's a common way to deal with things that we don't like. We can walk away. Can you think of another way that you might deal with it besides for walking away, or is walking away your only option?
Well, here's the thing, like, I don't like in conversations when people feel competitive, like say yes, but no, I guess like my, so like, I just hate that. So I'll tell them, I'll just walk away. I think that's my only option. That's the wisest option. There's
Let's
this
not.
there's this thing. Wait, hold on. I have this story that I want to share with you. It was about a guy who walked up to a wise man and told him, "How can I get internal happiness?" He says, to never argue with fools. And the guy said, well, I think you're wrong. And the wise guy told him, yes, you're right.
Yes,
So,
I'm familiar with the meme.
yeah.
You said it's the best option and it's the only option.
Yeah.
Does that also make it the worst option?
Well, for them, it's the worst option if they need help, and we try to help them, but they're competitive. But what can we do? I mean, we just walk away because they wouldn't listen. It's like when someone drowning and you try to help them in the shore or in the sea, and they keep pushing. You can't save him right now, so you just gotta like swim up and never care about him.
If you're brushing your
So
teeth or taking a shower,
Yeah.
please mute yourself. Ola 2022.
Oh. So yeah, in summary, I guess like for them it's the worst option, not for me. And if they wouldn't, like as I said earlier. So
Lestatue,
yeah,
stop it. You're telling me that you have only one option. You love that option. I don't know if you hate that
yeah,
option, but you only have
I
one
love it.
option. Walk away. Is that really? Is that the case for everybody here? You only have one option? If you don't like something, the only option is to walk away?
I can think of another one option.
What? Merab, you cannot think
Enlighten
of another option now?
I can. I mean,
Oh.
you can continue competing with that person.
Enlighten me.
That's obviously. I think you can continue competing with that person, and that's another option, at least one another.
Competition?
There is
Kind of like
Yeah.
now that I
Lestatue is doing. He says he only knows how to walk away, but we can see that he knows more options. He's just not aware of it.
I have this other option, but I'm lousy to do it. 99% of the time is just to listen to the people and say, okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like keep listening, make them feel heard, I guess, instead of arguing. But
Okay.
that's
Or
like a coward
there
option
is
for me.
another option. There is another option, and it's to debate
Enlighten me.
till the end of time. It's a joke.
Funny. I mean,
Yeah. When I
attack.
think when. Okay. Do you want to say something, Lestatue?
No, go ahead, Mahlab.
Yes. I think when we are in a competition, in a conversation, of course, one option is to just walk away and say we do not want to continue. But when there is a competition, we have a topic that we have two sides. One option is to continue competing and continue and continue. It could be frustrating, as I can imagine. But for me, for example, if we can somehow find an agreement, or we can join each other, maybe I say, okay, maybe I can join you and explore that side, or I have that option as well. So yeah, how does it sound?
Well,
I couldn't hear you at all, Merab. Maybe it's just me. I couldn't follow
me
what you
neither.
said at all.
Okay. I said that, for example, in a conversation that Lestatue mentioned, maybe we are in a competition. He said that the only option is to walk away. Is that right, Lestatue?
Yeah. To the math. To the English, I guess. There's no math.
I agree that that's one option, that we can just walk away. But I also think about another options, like we can continue competing with that person for any reason. We can do that, and also we can try to join that person. Like, okay, for example, you say that AI is bad, I say AI is good, and I say, okay, maybe I can join you and see how it goes.
Well,
But what if that?
not
I'm
not
sorry.
most not most of the cases, I guess.
Can you summarize
But
the statue?
well, Mahrab asked me if
Talk to Marab.
okay, so Mahrab, you told me that that the you wanted to confirm that the option of walking away was my only option, and I agreed thoroughly. But then you told me that there's another, and you recognize that as the one option, not the only one. So you told me that there's two options, either continue competing or agreeing thoroughly with the person. Is that right?
Yes. So we have three options, I think, at least.
Good work, Statue.
So,
Now separate from
so
Marab, check with yourself, and talk to the whole group.
what now?
Separate from Marab, check with
Okay.
yourself, then talk to the whole group.
So so to the whole group to the stage, I think like this is not a good option, like to continue arguing because like you're wasting your time by continue the argument for someone who doesn't care about the facts anymore. He just cares about his status of winning the argument. So I guess this is wrong. And depends on the length of the argument. If it's so long, that guy doesn't care about the facts. He just care about him winning the argument. So so uh like continuing the argument is a blunder. Like it's not even a mistake you can do. And the other option is agreeing with the person. Most of the cases, yeah, this could work, but the other times won't. I mean, if someone needs help and he's maybe like God forbid says he wants to suicide, you cannot say, "Yeah, me too." I mean, that's the only way I could see it. But like the option of agreeing with the person could be in most cases a good option. So that's my take on this. By the way, one last thing. I really want to know James' take on this. Like, I feel he knows other options.
Yeah, I do. The option that I'm thinking,
Tell me.
the option that I'm thinking of is primarily checking with ourselves and getting clear about what we feel and what we think, so that we have a clear and healthy boundary between ourselves and other people. You talk about, or somebody spoke about, others not listening to us. Well, that's true. We can't force other people to listen to us. We can have an impact. In fact, we can have the greatest impact by being self connected and clear about what we're doing. Why would I talk to somebody that's not listening to me?
Yeah.
Seriously, there's an idea. It's kind of I don't know exactly where this idea comes from, but we want to force somebody to do something they don't want to do. Listen, stop talking, agree with us, see the world the way we do. Um, I, I would say most of these things are not successful at all. In fact, they make it harder to get what we want. We want understanding, and we wind up getting misunderstanding. So I want to be strategic. I want to step back and say, gosh, what's going on here? It doesn't seem like somebody's listening to me. What can I do? Can I, well, let me ask them. Oh gosh, they didn't even hear my question. They don't even notice that I exist. Hello, are you there? Right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they don't want to, pay attention to me. So what am I doing there? Now, you may be deceived because I'm the teacher here, and I sometimes I jump in certain ways. It's a little bit different than if I'm talking to people in the wild. I don't take on a leader role in the wild automatically unless I want to get run over by a car. There's an agreement that we have here. You came here to work with me and to follow my lead as the teacher. So we have a starting point for our conversation and for me to offer certain suggestions. But in the wild, it's a little bit different. And what you're doing here is you're learning not just how to be in control if you're the leader, but you're learning how to navigate situations where people may not want to talk to you, may not want to listen. That's very
Yeah.
useful. So option one, flight, avoidance, running away. Option two, forcing them. Hey, listen to me. You're not listening to me. I'm going to keep screaming until you do. Right? That's like fighting. Option
Enforcing.
option 3, joining. That's what we do here, the joining game. You listen to them and find a way to join them. If you want to, you don't have to. You could just keep listening to them and say, gosh, these people are crazy. I can't join them at all.
Can I memorize you? Summarize you.
Yes, please.
So you said that the only option you got, not the only option, but one option stuck into your mind is connecting with yourself. Now, you say that when such a thing happened, you first of all want to connect with yourself, and that then view and you want to be a strategic person, but then you see all the options you got in mind and pick the right one tool. And now you got three, which is enforcing, what you said is fighting, enforcing, and joining, which is what we're doing now, and ig ignoring or leaving.
Yeah. Ignoring
I
or
like,
ignoring or leaving, fighting, checking with ourself, joining, asking to bring in a difference. Hey, I have a different thought here.
yeah,
You guys interested in hearing it? Yes. Okay. No. Okay. Never mind.
yeah. So, w- so like when connecting to ourselves or with yourself, is that we want to stay with ourselves and act from ourselves, and we want to bring ourselves into the group. But then when the
It's
opposite or when a friend
it's impossible to
keep
it's the statue and everybody. It's impossible to connect with other people if we're not first connected with our
no,
if
yeah, when I said ourselves, like to each one yourself, uh, I meant it like that. I'm sorry.
I don't I don't follow the distinction. Uh,
Well, let me rephrase. Uh, okay, so we want to connect with yourself, and you want to stay with yourself and act from yourself, and you want to bring yourself into the group. But when the opposite person keeps pushing you and claiming the status that he wants to be the center of everything. Now, what you said when
let's
connecting
statue.
to, yeah,
When
yeah,
somebody wants to push on you, when somebody is pushing on you, it can be very difficult to stay self-connected.
indeed, indeed. Um, I
But
just want to say one last,
but
yeah,
it's
go ahead.
very valuable. So, in fact, the more difficult it
Hmm.
is, probably the more valuable it is. Really, think of an extreme example. An extreme example is somebody comes up to you on the street with a knife and says, "Give me your money." That's a push. If you can, if you panic, you're going to be in physical danger. If you can stay self-centered, self-connected, say, here's my money. I don't want to die. My life is more important than my money. You're probably more likely to stay safe. The more difficult it is to stay grounded, the more valuable it is.
Interesting.
Hi, Bam. Nice to see you.
So, yeah.
What's up, Mr. Green? How are you? Are
Great.
you having
Using a
fun?
loudmouth.
Yes. Go ahead,
That's
Lestat.
good.
So I have this one last thing, like lineup. So when you said connecting with yourself, I view it as a procedure, like the main procedure, and all our options that we brought in the table or in the stage are like options for that procedure, like the final options,
No.
let's say.
No.
Right?
No. If you're running away or if you're fighting, you're probably not self-connected. Actually, fight or flight is a way to disconnect from ourselves.
I don't follow.
Well, you know what fighting is?
Yeah.
It's usually a way to disconnect from our experience, to externalize an uncomfortable sensation in us that we're trying to manage. Can you tell me what I said?
Yeah. You said that fighting is a sensation of. I'm sorry, I'm not following.
I'll help you.
So,
Fighting is usually a strategy that we use to try to manage our inner discomfort or some kind of inner experience that we want to avoid. We have something going on inside of us, like, God, this person's talking too much. I don't like it. We tell ourselves something and then we get agitated and we don't like that experience of agitation. So we put it out of ourselves and we start saying, hey, you're an idiot. You talk too much. We externalize it and get into a fight. But that at the bottom, at the core, it's really just an attempt to manage our experience, our inner experience.
got it.
Good. So we did have a poll before about extending the class for 90 minutes and it was positive. So I'm going to go for another 90 minutes.
90 minutes or something.
Huh?
It was a French for 90 minutes.
I'm sorry, what?
They say 90 as 90, so it's like 4 times of 20.
Oh.
Adding the other 10.
80 wheat?
10.
90.
Yeah.
80 times 20 plus 10.
Yeah. I learned it in 1 hour. It was so easy. People say it's difficult.
Bam, I'm going to step away to get a drink of water. I'm leaving the class in your hands.
Oh, guys, what's up?
Nothing much. How about you, man?
Yo, what's up, man?
Okay, please, nobody speak. Let me speak. I'm the teacher now. I'm the captain.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Hold on. First
Yeah,
lesson for all of you on the internet: apathy is a crime, and no, fuck, I fucked it up. Okay, apathy is a tragedy, and boredom is a crime. So whatever you do, don't be fucking boring, bro. Like, be interesting. Stop asking like simple stuff like, oh, if I get in an argument, what do I do? Bro, you just talk back. You have an argument. That's what's up. Like, don't. Easy
good.
peasy, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did you argue with, Statue? Statue, who did you argue with?
Someone who had mental issues. He might think so.
No, who was it?
He's
Who was
thinking-
it? I'm gonna give you a practical example on how to argue. Come on. Yeah.
I just walk away. I don't give a fuck about arguing unless it's about family. So
Did you win the argument or no?
I guess I did.
Yeah, good. That's what. Listen, on the internet, you gotta win arguments. It's not real life. Nobody's gonna punch you in the face. So yeah, just be like you should be more verbally competent, and you'll probably win arguments on the internet if you know what I
Give
mean.
give me a bottle of
Yeah.
Bole Bear you got.
This
This
it's
is
like
Bole Bear.
huh? But okay. Anyways, though, man, one thing I've noticed is you guys are really boring. Whenever you speak, I get really bored. So can you
I'm
try having
I'm fu-
more? Can
I'm
you have like more interesting conversations, like
look.
banter? Yeah,
I'm fucked up. So like I'm in a messed up situation. So I'm asking him for help.
it's
Like
okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just cool. Let's take a deep breath and use your brain.
uh
Yeah.
glad to know that you think I'm not.
Okay. Mr. Green's back. Mr. Green, you want to handle this or should I
I've got this.
continue?
Thank you.
Okay.
He's a
Actually,
good substitute.
Bam, Bam is amazing. I couldn't stop laughing at.
He's not boring or apathetic, right?
Yeah, correct.
Actually, yeah.
You're on mute, Bam.
Wait, hold up.
Mr. Green, on the internet, apathy is a tragedy and boredom is a crime.
I
So
heard.
whatever you do, don't be boring. You could be a retard, but don't be boring.
Yeah. Actually, boredom is kind of cool thing. Like, not in a conversation.
Alex says Discord does not allow wise people to hear the voices of assholes, bro.
What does that?
Bro, you wanna come on stage and speak with me? Are you just like typing it? Come on, come up on stage. Let's have a conversation, man.
Cool mug.
Mr. Green, could you get me up to speed? I was charging my cam. What's the conversation about?
I couldn't tell you. It's been a little slow going. I think I made a recommendation about alternatives to just avoiding.
Mm-hmm.
And I said,
No.
No?
You said about fighting, like you gave me a definition of fighting.
And avoiding. Fight or flight.
Yeah, correct. You
Yeah,
had
can I
like,
chime in? I have some theories on fighting on the internet.
Please. We've
Oh,
been,
you thought I was
we've been
arguing
waiting
on
for
the
you
internet.
eagerly for 90 minutes.
Yes. So listen, my dear students, there's 3 ways to fight on the internet. If you get into an argument with somebody, if they're smarter than you, they're probably gonna verbally outclass you. So you could either mic spam, you could mute them, or you could just take everything in and just stay quiet. So I'm smarter than you, so I can probably beat somebody in an argument, but what should you do? You should leave the room. If you're in an argument and you believe that you can't verbally win, just leave the room, bro. There's no point in arguing with somebody who's gonna roast you.
There's nothing worse than being next to a fat, smelly motherfucker.
That makes sense or no?
A statue. If you're watching TikTok videos, please mute yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. Please respect the class statue.
Snowbell, you said you have a topic and an answer. Go ahead, Snowbell.
Yeah.
Hello there, you hear me?
We can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
All right, so my topic is like it's kind of silly, but it's a very important topic as well as per current generation. You know what I'm saying? So I see people, especially men, they go to a grocery store if they're thirsty. They go and get a bottle, a water bottle. They get out of store, and they for 20 to 30 minutes or more, they hold the water bottle and take one sip every 5 minutes and just keep walking around holding the water bottle like if for it was me, bro, like I would drink the water bottle, like I'll go to grocery store, buy the water bottle
Hold on,
if I'm thirsty.
Snowball, hold on. Could you summarize what you're saying in 3 lines or less? Because it feels like you're just saying stuff without meaning. Like, there's no point in what you're saying. Could you
Okay, so
summarize
look
it,
look
please?
all
Yeah.
right, so for example, if you go to a grocery store, you're thirsty, you go to a grocery store and get a bottle of water to drink
Yeah.
because you're thirsty, right? You don't
What's your
like
point,
some
bro?
people just, yeah, like people just take the bottle and walk around, take one sip every 5 minutes. Like if you're thirsty, just bam, drink the bottle of water, finish, throw it. That's keep on, move on.
So,
Bro, that was such a yeah. That was such a dumb way to
oh,
roast me, bro.
oh,
Nobody even understood you.
Bam,
You
bam,
like
bam,
you yapped for 3 minutes.
wait,
Yes.
I don't think he's roasting you. So,
Oh,
Snowbell, what is this metaphor? So it sounds like a metaphor for something. The drinking of the water is a metaphor for something, and what is that a metaphor for? Taking
Like for example,
slow
if you're
drinks.
thirsty, just buy. Sorry. If you're thirsty, just go to a grocery store, buy a bottle of water, drink it, just boom, finish it. At that point, throw the bottle of water.
Okay,
Like you
but
just hold it and walk around and waste.
So, uh, we're not actually talking about water, right? We're talking about something else. But I actually I can't figure it out. What is the analogy connected to?
All right, so yeah, exactly. So, for example, all right, that's what I'm saying. When you're holding the bottle of water, taking one sip every 5 minutes, a man comes up to you and tries to punch you in the face. You have a bottle of water in your hand. You can't fight them. You gotta be ready for the moves. So that's why just drink the water bottle and just throw the water bottle. Keep your hands
Mr.
free
Green, I
for
think this
punching.
guy is wasting our time. Could you remove him from the stage, please?
Nah, he just turned drinking water bottle into a part-time job on the stage.
I think he's not taking the class seriously. I think you should remove him.
I'm
Let's
actually
put it to a
interested to
vote
know.
and see who's with you.
No, like you have to
Please
keep your hands free to fight the other person if someone attacks you. You're just holding the a bottle of water. Like you gotta be ready.
I am
Bro,
literally.
I'm
Snowball, the
really
way
sorry to interrupt, but could you please stop making the bottle of water into the full-time class?
I'm literally.
bro, Snowball,
I'm literally too
the way you
thirsty to
speak,
deal with
bro.
this problem. I can't deal with this problem because all I can do is drink from my cup of juice. So maybe that is what you're saying, Snowball, is that because I'm drinking too much, I'm not managing my class properly.
No, that's not what I'm saying. My point is totally different. Like, for example, if you're in London, you're holding your bottle of water. If someone comes up to you and tries to attack you, your hands are not free to fight them. You gotta keep your hands free. If you're thirsty, just drink the water and throw the damn bottle. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hands free moving.
So if I was going to get into a
Bro,
fight in downtown London, I should not bring any bottled water with me because I will get distracted. Is that your point?
What
Yeah,
the
like
fuck?
keep your hands free. Like you must
What
be
the
ready
fuck?
to attack them.
What the fuck is this shit?
What?
yo, Snowball, at this point, the bottle is drinking you, bro. Just stop talking about it.
Oh,
Sorry,
Snowball,
bro,
bro, the
but
way
like
you
this is
speak,
like
even if you had a gun, I don't think you're winning that fight, bro. Yeah.
Bro. So, yeah.
So could somebody
basically my
summarize what
point is like
Snowball said? But Snowball, hold on, man. Shush.
All right, all right.
Could somebody summarize, like Merab, could you summarize what Snowball said?
Yes, yes, of course. A snowball
That's
said
interesting.
that, okay, if you want to fight, don't drink water, I think.
Yes, good. Yes. Snowball, we understand. Can we move on to the next topic?
Yes, 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 sure.
Not
That's
you,
the
bro.
most.
Not you. Um, okay, what about music? I know everybody wants to talk about fights, but I think listening to good music is part of learning English. If you can understand good songs, uh, like, yeah, if you have good music taste, you probably speak good English. So I'd like to ask everybody on stage, give us like your best song. What's your favorite song? You could learn a lot about somebody by their music taste. So let's start with Statue and go from there. Statue, what's your favorite
Well,
English song? Keyword English.
English
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
Well, I listen to electronic most of the time. It's not English.
With
I
vocals,
listen to
with
this.
vocals. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I listened to this song that James posted on his server, Days Away. I kind of hooked to it. Like, I heard it like today's morning. I loved it.
Okay, that's very good. Snowball, what about you? Okay. Mera, what about you?
Actually, I love that question. I used to listen to music a lot, like 24 hours a day, but it's been a while, like few years that I don't listen to music so much.
Could
I
you
don't know
give
the
us a
reason.
one-word answer of what's your favorite song?
Bach. Do you know Bach?
Bach, yeah,
Bach?
I know. I know
Bro,
Yeah.
Bach.
with vocals, not piano music, man. Come on.
What? I couldn't catch that.
Bach, isn't Bach piano music? Like I meant like with vocals.
Yes, it's classical music. That's 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 very amazing. And every time that I listen to Bach, I it fixes my mood. It fixes my mood.
How does Bach, listening to Bach help your English, bro?
Mhm. Okay.
Bro, I'm speaking
Yeah,
in
yeah.
context of English. Like what's your favorite song with vocals that you
Yes,
can
yes.
understand? Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, okay, pop songs that are easy to understand, like Justin Bieber. I don't know what was that. There is a girl that sings music. Celine Dion?
Give me
No.
one song, man. Just one song, please.
Lonely from Justin Bieber.
Okay, good. Son Ting Wong, what's your favorite song?
Well, I can't really answer that question because it depends on my mood on the day.
Okay. Irfan, what's your favorite song?
Okay, I'm gonna do a little
Um,
karaoke here now. I think it's a good opportunity. The song
mhm.
"Way."
But hold on, I'd like to ask Mr. James his
Well,
favorite song.
that's
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing it. I'm gonna sing it.
Oh,
"Waste"
let's
by
go.
Fish. Don't want to be an actor pretending on the stage. Don't want to be a writer with my thoughts out on the page. Don't want to be a painter because everyone comes to look. Don't want to be anything where my life's an open book. A dream, it's true, but I'd see it through. If I could be, if I could be wasting my time with you. I don't want to be a farmer working in the sun. Don't want to be an outlaw always on the run. I don't want to be a climber reaching for the top. Don't want to be anything where I don't know where to stop. A dream, it's true, but I'd see it through. If I could be wasting my time with you. So if I'm inside your head, don't believe what you might have read. You'll see what I might have said. Come waste your time with me. Come waste your time with me. That's it.
Come
Nice. That
raise
was
your time.
Come
that
waste
was
your
good,
time with
Mr. Green. I
me.
think you have a career
I
in singing.
probably do.
Yeah. Um. Yes.
May I ask you, Bam, what is your favorite song?
Come on, man. I have Ryan Gosling in my profile picture. Take a guess.
There's something inside you.
Okay.
Is that one?
Bam, I'm not familiar
Um,
with
Tame Impala. The less I know, the better. Yeah.
Yeah. Good take. Good take.
Yeah. Or this song, the one that's playing right now, "Traveling Man" by Ricky Nelson. That's a good one.
I saw your guitar in the background. I think you can
Like
sing for us.
I
where is it
can
called?
sing and I can play the guitar, but not in this class, not for you guys right now. Yeah.
There's this song called Easy by Commodores. I like that song.
Never heard of it, bro.
It's an old one. It's from 1977. You don't know. You don't even know like what is it called?
No.
Something Richie. My father told me about him. Like when I showed him the music.
Uh-huh.
Something Richie, Billy Richie or something.
I need my assistant Aragon here, man. Oh, yeah. Yo, somebody come up on stage. Let's have a conversation. Let's go. Somebody volunteer to
I
come up.
want to
Can
recommend.
we
I think
continue the
having a
karaoke?
teacher's teaching assistant is a good idea. Bam.
Exactly. It is. I'm trying to contact Aragon so he can come right now. I
Yeah,
need
you
somebody
kind
to
of like.
bounce off of, bro. This is really dry. Like I can't bounce off
Well,
anybody
just
here. Yeah.
think of it
Can,
as an
can
opportunity
we?
to develop your bouncing skills, because I can see that it's a little tough, but I know that you're an expert, so a little challenge won't kill you.
I am trying my best. Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. Can we continue the karaoke?
Would you like to sing a song?
Sure, Statue. How about sing a song for us, man?
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me search the lyrics. I'm slow at googling, so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you guys want a song recommendation? I could give everybody a good song recommendation. So I'm gonna post a link in chat. This is a song by Bo Burnham. It's called 1985. Give it a listen.
Do you have it on YouTube?
Spotify. Unless you're in Russia, can play it. Yeah.
I don't have an account.
From 1985.
Oh yeah, I
85.
heard that song.
Yeah,
It
try
has a
to like
YouTube
listen
link.
to songs that have a lot of vocals. If you can like easily understand the vocals, your English is probably at a decent level. Yeah.
Alex, I wanted to ask you a question. You were asking me to teach these people about improving their English or another lesson instead of their personal bullshit. What's wrong with personal bullshit?
Who are you asking, Mr. Green?
Alex in the chat.
Yeah. Alex, how about you be a man and come up on stage and have a conversation with Mr. Green instead of typing in chat like a
No
soy
challenge,
boy?
Alex. You don't have to. Don't give in to Bam's pressure. But yes, people do join this class to learn English. It's true. Let's find out. Let's find out. I think it's true, but I'm gonna check. Are you here to learn English? Yes or no. There could be other reasons people are here. They might just be here to see my face? Are you here to learn English? Bam, Alex, Robert, Dimitra, and Iris say yes. Rakesh, Kant, Lestatu, Anak, and Sosa say no. Okay. So there's certainly room for learning English here. I do open conversation, but I'm open to other activities. And if you'd like to learn something in specific, whether that's a kind of activity like a role play activity, vocabulary, reading, grammar, even pronunciation we could do pronunciation. If there's something specific, bring it in. Bring in your voice, bring in your proposal.
How much time do we have in the class?
How much time? We have another 75 minutes.
Well, can we do
I,
role play?
I'm gonna
Yes.
I'm gonna share something I learned recently about the American accent specifically. Maybe it's too advanced for you guys because you're still learning English, but like once your English is good enough and you get into accent work, this should help you. So the thing about the American accent is native speakers like Mr. Green, they sound really relaxed and their resonance is really good in their throat, in their mouth. But with ESL speakers like Statue, me, Merab, when we speak English, we sound kind of squeaky, like there's not enough space in our mouth and our throat.
Excuse me?
No, hold on, shut up. Let me finish, man. So the
Shut
problem,
up, really?
No.
Is that how you talk on the
something wrong.
stage? You
Stop
don't even have
interrupting,
manners,
bro.
dude. You
You're
seem like a
fucking
grown man,
interrupting me, bro.
talking like a child.
Bro, you have fucking comprehension
Easy,
issues. Shut the fuck
easy,
up.
easy. Bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam. So Sam, you can come in. Just let Bam finish, and then we'll go to you, Sam. Go ahead, Bam.
Yeah, but like, please, I don't want to be rude, but don't interrupt me. So the thing with American English is like the tongue, it's really down, like down in the jaw and back. And most of our native languages, the tongue is usually in a higher position and pushed forward. Like if you become aware of your tongue position, your tongue is probably touching your teeth when you're speaking. And Americans don't have that. Their tongue is like back. So there's more space in their mouth for resonance. So if you want like an easy trick to get more space in your mouth, just yawn. Like when you yawn, your tongue goes back and you have more space in the back of the mouth. So if you want to get rid of the squeaky voice, try yawning and then speaking, holding that mouth posture. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a guy who interrupted me. You can speak now.
I guess he lost his appetite
That's
for
a
the
mind read.
conversation.
Check your mind read.
Oh,
Is it a mind read, Statue?
I guess it is.
Would you like to check it?
Something wrong. Something wrong.
My mind read is.
Alright, I was just gonna ask you nothing, but like, what do you mean by like the tongue not touching the teeth? Like, are you talking about what are you talking about exactly?
Like right now,
What?
you're speaking English, but you
What?
sound really squeaky. When James speaks English, he doesn't sound squeaky. It's cause what's your native language, Som?
Okay, I don't wanna talk about it, but it's called phonetics, and like when you say sounds, you particularly refer to like the position of the tongue or like some other
Bro,
stuff.
give me your native language. What's your native language? I can't help you without.
I wouldn't want to dox myself to other people on the stage, giving my personal information. If it was like a private call or something, I'm okay. It's like a
Bro,
stage,
who's
and I
gonna
don't want to
fucking
dox
dox you
myself.
because of your native language? What the fuck?
Wait, Bam, hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. So it's fine, Sam. It's fine, Sam. You don't have to reveal your native language.
And okay, hold on. So we're just having a conversation about the like phonetics. I'm not like gonna talk about my native language or the sounds I like. I'm just saying it's called phonetics, and there are vowels and consonants in languages. So there's nothing to do with
Okay,
the tongue touching the
no,
teeth or like that.
but
That's like bro
phonetics,
science. It's like saying that if you
you're
eat a pizza, you're gonna be
completely
fat
wrong.
or like you're gonna die.
So
Completely wrong.
guys,
Completely wrong.
the
Yes.
reason why oh no, that's another mind read. Wait, hold up. I want to prove my point on mind read. So something wrong. Did you di- so when you were muted like for a complete minute, did you had not an appetite for joining in the conversation, like because of Bam, I guess?
Wait, could you repeat it? Like what you mean
Well,
exactly?
well, like did you lost the motivations to speak because
No,
of Bam? No? Okay,
not
so I'm
really.
wrong.
I was just trying to tell. The tongue touching the teeth has nothing to do with the way one sounds, and there's like a much like a brief way to explain it. So there's like a different mouth positions for each vowels and consonants, and he was just giving a bro science advice to people. That's why I felt the need to jump in because it's a stage, and I don't want people to be missing.
I
So
probably
yeah,
know
so
more about phonetics than you,
wait.
Sam.
Hold on.
Okay, it's not called fin. Okay.
Excuse me.
so I'm wrong.
me.
I
Excuse
checked
me.
with Bam and I'm wrong.
Guys,
Yeah.
I understand that there's a lot of passion. Let's
La
use the
passion.
passion in a constructive way. So we do one person at a time. Now, people have been talking at the same time. When people talk at the same time, I suggest we do criteria negotiation. Criteria negotiation means giving a reason for why you think somebody should go first, rather than
That's
just
etiquette.
using what I think, Pam, you called the mic spam. Is this a mic spam when people just talk over each other?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I was kind of pissed that he interrupted me, and I was trying to interrupt him, but
We don't like to be interrupted.
Well,
It's true. So
yeah.
we want people to stop interrupting us while we are interrupting them.
La statue,
Right?
Okay.
La statue, yeah.
the statue, and Sam. So what I want to do is I want to reset. We are here to have constructive conversations, not to.
All right, James. Excuse me.
No.
Another interruption.
Oh no. I was asking. Excuse me.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we're here to have constructive conversations. We can have passion, but I ask that you don't act out your feelings on the stage. You explore them instead. I will defend you from interrupters when you follow my instructions. If you don't follow my instructions, I won't be able to defend you from interruption. So one instruction that I suggest you do is you say your name before you speak. When you say your name, I'll recognize you. You'll have the floor, and we'll ask people not to interrupt you. Okay? Can you tell me what I said?
Reveal.
Okay.
La statue.
Yeah, la statue.
So you said that briefly, we say our name before joining the conversation, right? That's the only thing you said?
And then I'll recognize you as having the floor, and I'll protect your floor.
Okay, so
as a matter of process. Hold on, Bam. The statue's working. So Lestatue, you have the floor now because you're summarizing me. And as a matter of process, if you do this, if you follow my instructions, it'll be easier for me to defend your having the floor.
Can I yield my floor to someone on the stage?
You can yield it back to the group.
Oh, so okay, I will yield it back to the group
Okay.
if you please.
Okay. Mr.
Bam,
Green, I
go
would
ahead,
like
Bam.
to speak.
Go ahead, Bam.
Great.
So I would actually, I actually want like a back and forth conversation on phonetics with anybody who disagrees with me. So basically, phonetics, like the making sounds, the vowel sounds, the consonants,
Technology.
it's that's fine. You can make any sound you want, but your basic mouth posture, the way you hold your tongue, the way you hold your soft palate, that's not gonna change. People like go to America, they can stay in America for 40 years. They can speak in perfect American rhythm, but they still sound, don't have the quality of sound that Americans that were born there have. So it's basically mouth posture. You can make the schwa sound, you can make any sound you want, but if there's not enough space in your mouth, you the sounds can't resonate. And every language has its basic mouth posture. For Arabic, it's kind of low. For South Asian languages, Asian languages, the mouth posture is kind of high. The tongue is up high and forward.
Yeah.
So that's why even when please don't interrupt.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
why even when we're speaking English, it we're using the mouth posture of our native language. That's why we have an accent. Yes.
So I'll leave the summarization for someone else.
Yeah, so could somebody summarize what I said? I yield the stage to you.
Blue Box
Oh,
sends a Robert Downey Jr. meme doing this.
I mean, it is too advanced for you. You should probably learn
I would
grammar first.
suggest it's okay to use memes, but I would suggest challenging yourself to put your
Well,
memes and images into words, because this is a class about words.
you know, we can't send GIFs like we cannot search GIFs into the search. He might brought a file and sent it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I do, but
uh,
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
could we please get back to the topic?
Can you,
Can I just?
Yeah, see,
if you remember, just 2 or 3 minutes ago, I gave you some instructions about getting the stage. If you'd like to speak, just say your name.
Okay.
Your Discord name, please.
Okay.
yeah, hurry up.
Rob here.
Marab, go ahead.
Can I say?
But
Yeah.
I just want to point out, Marab, I just want to point out, you're an experienced player of the joining game. You can see that Sam Tim Wong is new and is still not gotten the hang of it, right? So groups tend to treat new members like pirates invading a ship. You may not realize it, but you're pushing new members out by jumping in with your great skill. So to give Sam Tim Wong an opportunity to learn what you have mastered. Sam Tim Wong, would you like to speak?
Yes, you said that. You said I'm experienced in the
Merab,
game, in the joining game.
not you.
So
No, Merab.
am I audible?
Yes, you're
Am I
audible.
audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Oh,
But
okay.
Merab, hold on a moment. Hold on a
I
moment.
lost your voice because yeah. Okay.
Sam Tim Wong, go ahead.
Oh, so could I join the conversation?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So he was just saying about the mouth posture. So he's basically referring to the physical position of the lips, jaw, and tongue while someone is speaking. It can slightly change it a little bit depending on the specific language, but due to the phonetic differences, but there's no clear or like universal mouth postures that drastically differentiates American from non-native. Like accent is like more related to how sounds are produced and which phonetics are used rather than like a fundamental change in how mouth is physically held during a speech. Like phonetics determine the mouth movements, like not nationality or anything. It's kind of crazy. They're all humans after all. Like they're not some other kind of species or anything.
Sam Tim Wong, let me see if I understood you. You're saying that accent is more connected to phonetics and not to physical posture or articulatory parts of the mouth?
Yeah, cause like it's gonna be different among the people in the states as well. It's not like and it's gonna be pretty much the similar mostly, cause everyone is human. They're not some other species or anything to sound like drastically different to make that big of a difference, like he claims to be.
Again, I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. You're saying I want to understand you. We are humans, people are human, and so there's not a big difference between groups of people who speak different languages when they're learning English?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like
Okay.
if you meet like let's say you meet like a Chinese guy living in the States forever, he's gonna sound American. He's not gonna sound Chinese.
Well,
And
that's not true. People do keep their accent usually for their whole life based on their native language. So a person who grew up speaking Chinese will sound Chinese even if they've lived in the United States for 60
no,
years.
I meant someone born in the
Yeah.
States.
Okay, someone born in the States won't sound Chinese. That's true, but that's not your point, is it?
I'm just asking him, is he talking about the biology or like or the muscle memory? That's what I'm trying to ask him.
Biology or muscle memory. Oh, so before you ask Bam, because this is a topic that I have interest in. Biology and muscle memory, when it comes to language, are closely related. So I'm trying to understand what distinction you're making, what you mean by biology.
Like by biology, I mean the way that like the tongue, teeth, and the posture of everything is spaced out. Like I'm talking about like the analogy of the human body.
I see.
If that makes
Anatomy, yeah. You're talking about the
anatomy
anatomy.
of the human body.
Okay. So anatomy versus muscle memory. Now that's a great question. This is getting highly technical. Doesn't mean we can't go here, but so they work together. Anatomy and muscle memory work together, right? Because I use muscle memory to shape my tongue, but my tongue shape is limited in certain senses based on the anatomy. So I'm not sure if it's an either or question. I can see that there's technical knowledge about pronunciation and we can ask all kinds of complicated questions about learning and adjusting as a second language and what can be learned and what cannot be learned. So all I'm saying is interesting topic. I don't know what the question is. It sounds like we're walking towards a kind of linguistic, phonological, phonetic, scientific question, but the question has not yet been articulated as far as I can see. Back to you.
Okay, so I'm basically just asking if he's talking about like the anatomy or like he's like the muscle memory, because they've been speaking some other language the whole time since they were born.
Okay, let's see if Bam has something to say about that.
So, I'm Bam. I would like to have the stage, Mr. Green.
Go ahead.
So I didn't really get what Som was trying to say, but basically, whenever you speak a language, your tongue, your mouth, even your throat, how you breathe, everything, it molds itself according to your native language. So if you speak Chinese, Urdu, Hindi, whichever is your native language, your whole complex, your whole oral complex will adapt to that language. And when you switch to another language that uses a different posture, you're not going to be able to make the sounds. Even if you use phonetics, you make the vowel sounds, the the schwa, anything. It's not going to have the same quality as a native speaker. Um, Search this up. So I'll give you a practical example. So there's this Pakistani actor who went to America, to the States when he was 18. His name is Kumail Nananji. He was in the Eternals. So check out his interview. Even though he has the American accent down, when he speaks, it's like he's speaking from a small tube. There's not enough space in his mouth, and he can't make all the rich sounds in English. So I think for you guys, it's better to see a practical example than just speaking about the theory. So you should go check it out on YouTube. Yeah, yes. So did you understand? Did everybody understand, or do I need to explain more?
So you just basically said, like, there's still gonna be some kind of problem with their accent, even if they move to like an English-speaking country, or like if they try their best to change it. All right, I'll
Yeah,
just go and check on it. I'm not sure about it, so I'll have a look into that now.
Kumal Nananji moved to America when he was 18. So his mouth was already in the posture of Urdu. He stayed.
Okay.
He's almost 60 now, but he's lived in America for 40 years. But because he was still speaking English with his own native posture, his English isn't the same as native speakers. If you were born in America and you grew up speaking English, you would probably sound like a native speaker because your whole mouth complex is shaped the way a native speaker speaks. This is
Alright.
pretty advanced stuff. I don't know why I brought this up. You guys should work on your grammar.
I mean, it's actually a
Yeah.
pretty good topic. I'm really curious to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, I have like a linguistic professor in my university, but like he's from another country, but he tested his pitch and everything for different sounds, and like he's like really good. It's like exactly like the native speaker. So I kind of beg to differ from this example
No,
there.
hold on. Can I add something? You can change your mouth posture, but it's really hard because you're fighting like years and years of muscle memory. If you hold your tongue back, it's gonna sound like you're slow and the R word, but if you like practice it enough and that becomes muscle memory, you can change your accent. You still gotta work on the sounds, the vowel sounds, the consonants, but the most basic thing is posture. With any
Uh,
exercise, you gotta get the posture down first, then you work on techniques and different exercises.
all right. So you're telling like just the part, like the sound movements and the muscle memory, but I think the intonation, rhythm, and few other factors are important as well for the accent.
It is. I'm not saying it's not. Like you could do the intonation, the rhythm, the all the sounds correctly, but if you don't have enough space in your mouth, the sounds are gonna like I'm speaking like this isn't my normal voice. When I speak my native language, I sound deeper, but because I'm speaking English, I sound a little squeaky. It's because of the mouth posture.
Really?
Yes. So let me post
Interesting.
something on in chat. Hold on. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a practical example. Hold on. So this guy, he moved to America when he was 18. He already had a native language, Urdu. He's lived there for 40 years in America. He speaks like an American, but his sound isn't the same. Like just look at the person interviewing him. She, even though she's a woman, she still is more rich sounding than him. Yeah. So this is like advanced stuff. You should only do do these things when your English is pretty good. You already have good comprehension. You speak like a native speaker. Then you can work on your accent. And people who say accents don't matter, they're wrong because accent is part of a language. You don't speak Arabic or Urdu and you don't learn the accent. You're gonna sound retarded. Yeah.
I mean, Accents do matter, but
Do.
they should not be a priority, you know? Like focus
But
on
that's what I
vocabulary
said.
and grammar first.
That's what
Like
I
Yeah,
when
said.
you're
yeah.
starting
Don't.
out,
I
Yeah, that's
agree.
what I said. Don't work on your accent until your English is like really good. Like you speak fluently like a native, then you can work on your accent. Because remember, Americans only speak one language. If you're gonna work or stay in America, you gotta speak like them. Otherwise, they're gonna have a hard time understanding you, and you're probably gonna miss out on many opportunities because of it.
But you're saying that accent is important, but you do have an accent.
Yeah, I do, and I am working on it. My English is probably better than all of you, but I still gotta work on my accent.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, me personally, I think like even if you do have an accent, a native speaker could understand you just right, you know?
They can. But imagine like somebody is speaking in your native language, but he doesn't have the accent down. He speaks it perfectly, but he makes the wrong sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like painful to you, right? You're like, okay, I can understand this guy, but it's not enjoyable listening to him.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Sometimes it could like make some difficulties understanding them, but most of the time I understand them just right.
So let me say something. Um, we don't study accents in the traditional English class. English for a second language speaker,
Mm-hmm.
we don't learn accents, we learn pronunciation. The difference between accents and pronunciation are that pronunciation affects meaning, accent does not affect meaning. So it's kind of like the difference between a choice of cotton sweater, a wool sweater, or a down winter jacket. That's going to affect your heat and your protective layers when you're wearing clothes. You might have a blue jacket, a red jacket, or a purple jacket, but that doesn't impact the same thing. Accent is kind of like the color of your language. It doesn't impact the meaning. It has other impacts. It may have social impacts, but it doesn't impact the meaning of the words you say. So what we do here is we learn pronunciation. Now, if you'd like to learn English pronunciation, you download the book that I posted here, English Pronunciation in Use by Cambridge. And this is a sample of the kind of activities that you're going to do. You're going to do phonetic practices, and you can see that there are diagrams that illustrate the anatomy as well as the motion that you're going to make. You'll need to spend a little time studying these diagrams and exploring, learning, developing your awareness of your anatomy. At the same time, you want to develop your ear for hearing the differences, because depending upon which language you start from, you're going to have different and more easy times understanding the sounds of English. You may have sounds in English that are not in your native language, and you're going to have to learn them. You're going to have to teach your ear to hear them. So, for example, you have the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet, and sounds are going to be printed in the IPA. If you look at this chart, chapter 8, you have two sounds. That is not English. What looks like an I and an upside down E, that's not English. That's a different symbolic system called the International Phonetic Alphabet. And each symbol represents one sound, whereas in the spelling of English, you can have different symbols representing the same sound. IPA is meant to disambiguate, to separate out the different sounds and so we can read them. So let's look at this first exercise. We have two different sounds. They're very similar. Let's see. Let's look at listen and say these sentences 1 to 4. We're here, have a beer, cheers. Is there a bank near? Here, the meaning isn't really clear. That's the ia sound. The sound that's very similar that we also want to learn is in air, care, square, air, chair, fair, hair, stare, where, aeroplane, right? So ear, air, air. You want to be able to hear that sound. You want to be able to produce the sound, and you want to be able to recognize it when it's in a word, how to pronounce the word. This is something you can't do overnight. You need to just do each of these chapters. If you go on YouTube, there's an audio recording of this whole book, so you can follow along with each of the pronunciations. It's not something I'm going to do here because I can't do everything here. But for those of you who want to improve your pronunciation, that's what I would recommend. Back to you.
Okay, Mehrab here. I like the part that Mr. James said. It does accent, the difference between accent and pronunciation, that like they are, different accents, maybe are different jackets with different colors. They do, our accent doesn't change the meaning, but it can have other effects like the color of our clothes, and maybe some social effects. If you want to be a singer or if you want to be an actor, maybe it's helpful to work on your accent. Anyone else?
Hello.
So long.
Yeah. Well, like even if you go to your server and join a VC, people are more likely to listen to you if you have a good accent. I'm not saying this to be rude or anything, but I personally enjoy listening to a good accent. Yeah, that's just my nature.
So basically, Talong, it's not your nature, it's just human nature. Whenever somebody speaks a language like it's meant to be spoken, it's more enjoyable to hear. Yeah, like I wouldn't want an American speaking broken like Chinese to me. That wouldn't be enjoyable.
True. Like I mean, like what's more important than the accent? Like having the sounds and pronouncing the words properly. When people like mispronounce, it's even more annoying. I won't say it's accent especially.
True.
Me personally, like I have a few friends that work on their accents, and when they speak, it sounds like it's too forced. Yeah, it sounds fake. It doesn't sound right for some reason.
Yeah, because they haven't been working on it long enough. It's still forced because they're fighting their muscles. If they have the muscle memory and they don't have to think about it, it comes across naturally.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's change the topic. I think this topic is too advanced for you
If you
guys.
want to
Let's
change the topic, you
work
need to
on
ask.
grammar and
If you want to change the
pronunciation.
topic, you can ask. Would you like to ask the group?
Yeah, let's make a poll and ask the group if they want to move on from this topic.
Okay.
I just want to ask you a question. So, you think a topic about
Hold on,
accents is
chocolate.
too
Hold
advanced?
on, chocolate. We're not going to interrogate the request to bring in a difference. Let's do one at a time. So Bam said, would you like to change the topic? Let's hear yes or no. Respond to the poll.
Yeah. It's like
Okay, it looks like we have strong energy for a new topic. So go ahead, Bam.
Yeah. I think the most important thing for you guys right now is comprehension. I've been in three classes so far, and the biggest problem for me is comprehension. Like when I try to speak to somebody, I say something and they respond with something completely different. So you got to work on your comprehension, your understanding. Like try to actually listen what the intent is when somebody's speaking, what kind of response do they expect, and try to like it shouldn't be like exactly what kind of response I want, but it should be relevant. Like don't like go on a yap about water bottles. Yeah. So I would like to pass it to somebody else. Could somebody chime in? Speak up, guys. Come on.
Now, give him a chance. Go ahead, Talong.
All right. Could you like phrase it in a like a more understandable way? Maybe I think people did not get it. That's why they don't want to jump in.
Okay, so hold on. So can you tell Bam what you did understand? Before Bam goes to changing it, would you work with Bam by saying what you did understand?
Well, to be fair, exactly, I didn't get everything he said.
Well,
So I might as well listen to him if
well,
he's able to summarize it.
so you don't have to get everything. All we're looking for is the main idea. So long.
Well, I don't want to answer the question without getting it right fully.
I'm sorry? What?
I don't want to answer the question without getting it right in the first place.
Oh, well, you have a prediction that you're not going to get it right.
Yeah, so I don't want to answer it, but
Well, okay. I have a hunch that you probably got what he was saying, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overestimating your ability.
well,
probably not.
Anything is possible unless I speak up, you know. But I personally prefer
Anything is
not answering.
possible? Anything, including that you did understand?
Well, you didn't understand what I said. I don't want to jump into a question
sorry.
without understanding it.
How do you know you didn't understand it?
So I just told you I didn't understand it properly in the first place. As soon as we started talking, now you're going back and forth, like trying to investigate like an FBI agent or something.
I don't like to compare myself to the FBI. I like more the Sherlock Holmes metaphor, but yes, I am like an investigator. It's true.
Okay.
If I have to be the secret police, I'd rather be the KGB. KGB, open up. Did you understand Bam or not?
All right, I didn't understand it. Okay.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Did anybody understand Bam? Maybe they can try.
That's
Yes,
exactly what I was saying. Comprehension issues.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh my god.
Mehrab here,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah, Mehrab, we can hear you.
Yes, you are audible. You are audible.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna go summarize Bam if it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
As Bam said that don't focus on accent right now. The most important thing that he thinks is important, and he is participating, or he was participating in classes weekly, is comprehension. And he gave us some example that when he talked with someone, there are moments that he cannot comprehend the message. So yeah, this is what he wanted to say. Yes, Bam?
So can I clarify what I said?
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's in fact an important part of this. Yes.
Okay, so comprehension basically means your understanding of what somebody is saying. Sometimes, not always, like just 90% of the time, I ask you how many oranges you ate today. You respond with, I love apples. Apples are so red and juicy. Okay. I'm asking you about oranges, bro. I don't give a fuck about apples. Tell me about the oranges. If you ate none, just say no. I haven't ate any oranges. So you need to improve your listening skills. Basically, beginner language listening skills. Improve your listening skills, and just try to understand what the other person is saying. Don't like give irrelevant responses. Like right now, I spoke about comprehension and nobody understood what I said. So yeah, that's the biggest problem right now.
That's what we call irony.
Irony. Yeah, ironic. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of understood him, but I didn't pay attention enough. So my mind was somewhere else.
Well,
Yeah.
there are
That means you're dumb.
there are many there are different things that get in the way of comprehension, right? So comprehension is the goal, and then we want to see what is getting in the way. Is it grammar? Is it pronunciation? Is it, the smell of delicious food? What's getting in the way of the comprehension difficulty? Because if delicious food is getting in the way, you can study pronunciation all you want. You're not going to improve your comprehension.
Yeah.
What I like about what we do when we want to understand others is that Mr. James always says, okay, if you couldn't understand, can you just tell me what is the smallest thing or what is the main idea? That, that I love that approach, because you do not need to be perfect. You do not need to understand everything. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, so thank you, Mirab. I just want to say, just to let you guys know how good my comprehension is as compared to yours, I'm listening to music right now, and and I'm having a conversation with you. So I'm doing two things at the same time, and I'm still better than you. So please, like,
That's
try to
insane.
listen, man. Come on.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm just
I'm
joking.
shocked. That's too like this. This is like super advanced comprehension you got there. Oh my god, you're
Exactly,
listening
yeah.
to music and also talking to us? I'm shocked.
Yes.
Chocolate.
Damn.
Do I?
This is ridiculous.
Chocolate.
I know it's hard for you to comprehend, but try to comprehend it, please.
This topic is too advanced for me now.
Chocolate.
It's
Yeah,
getting
I
out
can
of the
speak in
way.
beginner. I can speak beginner if you want.
Yeah, please, please.
Sarcasm.
Oh, damn, guys.
Sarcasm. Be careful with sarcasm. Sarcasm is a form of noise. Sarcasm will also be it's an additional obstacle to comprehension. So where's my sarcasm chart? I'll find it in a minute. But do I hear a tinge of sarcasm in your voice, Chocolate?
Obviously.
Okay.
I think he's being sincere.
Oh, damn, man.
It may not be obvious to everyone.
Sadly.
Oh, my teaching assistant is here. Aragon, I'm teaching them about comprehension.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Bam.
James,
Hi,
everyone in
everyone.
the
Hello,
class.
everyone. Nice to have you, man.
Yeah,
Hello.
thanks.
Yeah. It's been a hard time without you, Aragon. I'm having a hard time without you. Oh, I got one more recommendation, guys. If you have a hard time with comprehension, just BBC. Watch the BBC. If you use enough of the BBC, your comprehension will be better because they speak in really a really good accent, so your comprehension will be better with the BBC. The British Broadcasting Net, yeah, company,
Corporation company.
corporation. They don't even know what the BBC is. It's fine.
May
Tazbid,
I ask you something, Mr.
what? Yeah, 1 second. Tazbid, you said, "Why are you not talking?" I am talking. You'd like me to talk about something specific? What do you mean? And Luz E20, what are you talking about? You're new here. Welcome. We're talking about comprehension. Go ahead, Chocolate. What's your question?
Do you think the way of delivering the message to the group is appropriate? The way it's being delivered right now?
What message are you talking about?
I'm talking about everything that is Bam saying, which is gonna be like advices, messages, everything. Do you think it's like it's okay to talk to beginners like that, even if they are beginners?
You're not a beginner. Neither is Mirab. Neither is Talong. Neither is Snowbell. I'm actually not sure if there are any beginners here. Mangos, you said you are a beginner? Possible. But so this is not necessary. This is not only about what I think, Chocolate. Can you translate your question into your own voice? Do you think that it's inappropriate? Chocolate, you with me?
Yeah, just 1 second. Hold on, 1 second.
Now, Anak says Mr. Green is a defender of free speech. I have to say, I do like to support free speech, and I do where I can, but I like to take it an additional step. It's not just about free speech. Free speech and having structures and ways in which we talk to each other that make our free speech constructive. So it's I encourage all of you not just to use your free speech, but to develop your voice and develop your self-management skills in a group conversation so that even if people are doing whatever, things they're doing, you're still benefiting. You're clear about your goals. You decide if you want to come in, leave, how to engage. Like I said at the beginning, this is, I'll remind you that this is being broadcast on YouTube, but also that this is your group, and what happens here, you are responsible for. I'm here to help out and offer suggestions, but the group is its own entity. You participate or don't, that's up to you. And the ways you participate or don't are in your hands. Developing your voice, bringing your voice in, or not bringing it in is in your hands, not mine. Can somebody tell me what I said?
Yes, Mehrab here. I can try.
Yeah.
So we are talking about how should we think, or how we are talking about this class, and Mr. James said that we are responsible, each of us, for what's happening in the class because this is our group. And if we think anything, if you think we want to say something, or if we have any feeling, or we just can't bring it up, use our own judgment. If we want to leave, we can leave. If we want to stay, we can check our goals.
Yeah, that's right, Merab.
Yes. Anyone else? If anyone wants to say?
Yes, I'd like to add something. Even though we troll and we like, it's not as structured as it should be. I still think this is probably the best class in the English Hub because you get the raw experience, bro. This is how you communicate. Nobody's gonna help you. Nobody's gonna hold your hand. You just gotta go out there and speak and listen, and that's how you improve your English. Yeah.
Yes, I want to join BAM. I definitely agree with that because if you join other voice channels in this server, not just in the public, okay, just in this server, you can see how you can see why BAM you can see why BAM something acting like this if it's strange for anyone. So yeah.
Yeah, out in the wild, there isn't gonna be a Mr. Green to help you and stop other people from interrupting. You gotta learn to speak up for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me share something with you. I joined to a voice channel, and suddenly someone say, "How are you? Long time no see." Okay, and it was like a few months ago, and I said, "Okay, do I know you?" And then he started shouting, I don't know, saying bad words. Okay, that's typical. That's not just one single accident. So we need to develop some kind of skills.
Exactly. And I'd like to invite a psychologist to join the conversation so he can give us his good advice. So, is there a psychologist on the stage?
Well, yeah, you already know there is.
Yeah. So, Aragon, what do you think? You think a structured conversation is more beneficial to these guys, or just like having a casual conversation and everybody understands each other and is speaking with a flow? Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I think that having a structured class or a structured conversation defeats the whole purpose of learning conversational English. Because as we are learning, even learning how to tell of the subtleties in somebody else's text or whatever they say, that is a really important skill. So instead of pointing it out, so for example, you say this person said something inappropriate or something, just go along with it and try and develop it.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, if you think the conversation is going in a wrong direction, just like maneuver it to your like what you want to talk about. You don't have to interrupt or like throw a hissy fit and say, "Oh, Mr. Green, remove Bam from the class." Just like try to go with the flow, bro. I'm not rude. I don't mic spam. I don't tell you to shut the fuck up. Just I'm listening to you. Let's have fun.
Yeah, everybody just,
You know,
join in on the conversation instead of pointing out things and trying to stop other people from saying what they want to say. Just say what you want to say.
So if I wanna like offend anyone, I could do that pretty easily,
Chocolate,
right?
do you want to offend people?
It's not about offending.
So then,
No.
what's your question?
So my question being, they are saying that can
It
actually
can
happen,
happen. I'm
but
telling
other
you it
people
could.
should go
I'm
with the
telling you it
flow.
could happen. Somebody might offend you.
Yeah.
I want to
Alright.
make a
So
I want to make
here
a
in this class,
distinction between being offended and being hurt. Everybody has
Okay.
the right to ask not to be hurt, to be protected from being hurt. But you don't have the right to not be offended. I'm not going to protect you from being offended. I don't want you to be offended, but being offended is an internal thing. It can happen for many possible reasons. So there's a big difference between being offended and seeking to offend people. You're not seeking to offend people. We can then look, if there's a real example of you being offended, we can look at what's going on. But no, I'm not going to remove somebody or block them or silence them because something they said offended you. I don't want them to attack you directly, but there's lots of things that can offend us.
Okay, the reason why I was asking, because they said if you got offended, you just go with the flow.
Okay.
So it's not a matter of
So
just
what?
I'm
That's
asking
their
you to.
opinion.
This is a
Chocolate.
real
So
example.
they would like you to go with the flow. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just.
Do you
Yeah,
want to go with
I
the
just
flow
want to know
too?
if that's
It's
true.
not a
like-
matter of it's being true or not. Do you think, does that resonate with you or not? It doesn't have to.
Absolutely.
It does.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. Okay.
So, Chocolate, how would you like for the conversation to be about, you know?
Well, if you're having a conversation with people, you don't just go there and be cocky and just offend everyone and just say, hey, if you feel offended, just go with the flow. No, if there is a host or authority, you should be stopped from offending people. If it's something that is so obvious.
Okay, can I share something? You know, there are sometimes
Rob,
in the
hold on a
class.
second, because I think you may be jumping the gun.
Mhm.
I want to stay with Chocolate for a moment.
Mhm.
So, Chocolate, you have this idea that you'd like somebody to intervene and prevent people from being offended?
Yeah, if it's something that is so
Now, I'm
obvious.
telling you, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stop people from being offended. How do you feel about me in the teacher position saying it's actually not something I'm going to prevent?
Well, I'm not surprised because I expected that.
So, not surprised is not a feeling, because I'm not George Washington, but it doesn't tell you who I am. What do you actually feel when towards me, hearing that this is how I run the class, giving you the responsibility and actually the maturity to be offended?
Well, maybe a little bit irritated, but I'm not angry or not taking it personally from
But
you. You're the host. You're saying your rules, and that's
You're-
okay with me.
You're
It's fine.
irritated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, irritation is a little bit related to being offended. So I'm allowing you to be irritated. Not that I could stop you from being irritated, just like I couldn't stop you from being offended.
Yes, and being offended is such a broad term. So you can basically get offended from anything. So something might not be offensive to others and it would be to you. So how are we going to judge to whom we're going to talk the offensive thing or the non-offensive thing, or how you're going to take it?
That's a great thing that I think Arvind said. I think here we can explore. We can explore if anyone. I personally, if I found something offending, I try to jump in and share. Okay, this is my feeling right now. I feel offended, and I try to have the curiosity and courage to see how the group actually respond to my feeling. So yeah,
if I may just,
very nice addition, Merab.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Small anecdote relevant to this. I'm in a WhatsApp group. I'm the admin. There's 1,000 people. The group is almost totally silent. I said, somebody did something that bothers me. Anybody mind if I talk about it? Immediately an admin came, another admin, my friend, he came and he said, I don't know. you might offend somebody. And he was serious. Said, you might agitate the group. I said, well, I think the group could do with a little bit of agitation. There's 1,000 people here and nobody's talking. You really worried about agitation in a group of 1,000 people where nobody's talking? I'm worried about a lack of agitation. Like let's get a little bit of agitation and offense here. I mean, it's not going to kill anybody to have a little bit discomfort. It might actually be good for the group. Is it good for everybody to sit in silence in their own thoughts, isolated from each other, not communicating? Now you can have a group where you don't want to offend people, it's fine. But I kind of it seems a little bit dead to me. Over to you.
So I would really like Chocolate to respond to what Aragon said. Like, if you care about offending people, you're never gonna say anything meaningful. You're always gonna, like, you can't satisfy everybody, Chocolate. So if
Well,
somebody's
yeah.
offending you, you should like argue with them and like try to figure out what you disagree about
Well,
instead of asking like a fascist dictator to remove them or silence them. Come on.
it's not about
Yeah.
removing them. It's about like adjusting the behavior to fit in the group. So what I mean by that, responding to Aragon, which was okay. So being offended is something that is subjective. So I can be offended, but the other one is not offended. And in a real example, like here in this group, what happens is that you're offending some people, and they are, maybe you're telling them that they are beginner, they are not comprehending good enough, they do not even know what is BBC, they do not even know how to respond to me because I'm too advanced, I'm too expert at being
Okay,
at
hold on.
at talk-
No,
so-
Bam,
Chocolate wine.
let me finish
Chocolate
my
wine, hold
thought.
on.
Let me
Bam,
finish my
let
thought.
him finish.
Just
him
one
finish.
second.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now I'm not being offended because I'm not a beginner, nor that I do not know the meaning of a BBC. This is like some. Let's just neglect that. I'm just talking about there are some people who cannot defend themselves.
Chocolate. Take a breath. Talk to the whole group. Okay?
How can I talk to the whole group when he's asking me directly?
You're not his slave, right? You're here. Follow my instructions. You're going to talk to the whole group.
So, yeah, I'm talking to the whole group. I'm just talking here in the group. Like, if someone has any other opinion, he should join. But
no, they don't need to join just yet. We're just focusing on you talking right now. You have the stage. You're doing good. I'm just saying you're in a roll lock. I know there's gravity between the two of you. I'm getting in between. I want to diffuse some of that energy to the whole group. So just in your mind, imagine that you're talking to everybody. That's all. Go ahead.
okay. So when there are some people who are, maybe they are beginner, and maybe they cannot defend themselves, and there is a figure of an authority, what should happen is, okay, they are beginners, but this behavior is not acceptable because you might offend some people because it's something very obvious that it's gonna be offending some people. You cannot just neglect the fact that someone is offending someone and just say, yeah, well, okay, go with the flow, it's not that obvious, maybe he's offended, maybe the other guy is not. Well, I'm not offended, I'm not a beginner, I can pretty much talk better than most people, but that doesn't mean that I should go there and talk about it and offend everyone and say, hey, you guys are beginners, and it's okay. That's my honest opinion. I'm just saying that.
Okay, I want to summarize Chocolate. Is it okay?
Chocolate.
No, hold on. I want to respond.
Chocolate, are you finished?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, guys, I want to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Bam. I want to take the stage. Do I have permission?
Go ahead, Bam.
To take the stage?
Well, I said I want to say
So
something.
I want to clarify.
Hold on. We're gonna go.
I just want to say, look at the comments.
Excuse me.
Don't interrupt.
Excuse me. We're gonna go with a process. So, Bam, would you summarize Chocolate?
Yes. So Chocolate basically said that
Talk to
even
Chocolate.
if I'm better
In
than
this case, When you're summarizing, then you talk directly to the person in the joining game. So you can talk directly to Chocolate. You're going to confirm with him.
Yes. So Chocolate basically thinks that my provocative behavior is I'm actually trying to hurt people. And when I'm saying that I'm better than you, it's not just a joke or provocation to get people to speak. I'm actually being malicious and trying to insult them for not being able to speak English, which is completely wrong.
Whoa, bam,
I'd like
bam,
to
bam. Wait,
so that's
wait.
his summary.
So
Yeah.
what you're gonna check. Ask Chocolate if you understood him.
So Chocolate, how much of that did you understand?
No.
Well, that's not the question James asked.
Chocolate, do you understand?
No,
Or
bam.
Is my
No,
summary accurate?
just
Is my
do you
is my
understand the
Chocolate,
question?
Chocolate,
Do you
please,
understand
Chocolate, please leave this to me. Bam,
Yes.
you're asking if you, Bam, understood Chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, ask
Oh,
yourself if
okay.
you.
So, Chocolate, do you think that I understood you correctly or not?
Yeah.
I did?
Great.
Yes.
Good work,
did.
both
Yeah.
of you. Now over to you, Bam. Separate from
Yeah.
Chocolate.
So,
Connect with yourself. Talk to the whole group. Remember, we only have 4 minutes, and then we're going to go into our wrap up.
okay, sure. I'm probably gonna join again in the next class. So I want to clarify something. My provocative behavior and how I antagonize people and like make fun. Remember, I make fun of you, but it's not malicious. I'm only making fun of people so they speak more. It's really easy. If you make fun of somebody, they instantly respond. The whole group gets lively. Um, Listen, just observe. Sometimes Mr. Green asks a question, and nobody responds for like a minute. It's dead silence. And when I provoke somebody, they instantly unmute and speak up. So yeah, my provocations are just to make you guys speak more. It's not malicious. Don't take it too hard. Yeah, I'm done.
I want to call in a silent subgroup. Silent subgroup is people who have not yet spoken or spoken much, and you have valuable information for the group as a whole in your chair. Recognizing people who have not yet spoken are Frostbite, Emperor, and Tiger on the stage. Do any of you want to speak?
I want to speak, but I don't know what to say.
You can
I
say
don't even
anything.
know what is the
You can.
topic.
It doesn't have to be a topic. It's just whatever is inside of you that you'd like to say.
Nothing for now.
No problem. How about you, Tiger or
I
Emperor?
mean, yeah, I mean, there are better ways to encourage people than to like make fun of them, as Bam said. But yeah, that's what I got. That's what I have to say.
Okay. Tiger?
Yes, well, what this is Tiger. What I need to summarize
You don't
the
need to
previous
summarize. You're in the silent subgroup. You can summarize if you want.
Okay. Well, basically, I have the same idea of the previous one. I mean, not exactly the same, but I'm thinking that there are other ways to incentivize or to create one better participation when members in the group, and so maybe we can to explore other new ways to integrate new members and to break that silence.
Thank you. A, you just came on the stage. Was there anything you wanted to say? If not, that's fine. I'm posting my link to the teacher student center in the chat again. Remember, this is being broadcast on YouTube. It was a 3-hour class, so the link to the class will be posted there. Now we're going to go to surprises and learnings. It's a wrap up period where we spend 5 minutes thinking about the class that we experienced and bring in something from 6 categories, one of any of 6 categories, something that surprised you, something that you learned, something you liked about the class, something you did not like about the class, something that was new that you discovered, and something that you want to do a next move. Anybody have a surprise or learning?
I have a
Yeah, I
surprise.
have one.
Who was that? That was chocolate and frostbite? Who was it?
No,
Aragon.
it's Aragon and chocolate.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, chocolate and Aragon.
Yeah, I'm
I would
surprised by
like to
the
add on as well once they are done.
So long, sure. After them.
yeah, sure. I'm surprised by the amount of people who are being supportive and being like being supportive in the comments and the way they liked my comments in the class, and that's all. I'm surprised by that.
Aragon?
Yeah. So basically, I'm really surprised about how everyone in the class just seems to focus on the offensive things that somebody else says and tries to cut them out of the class rather than try and fix that behavior with your own thoughts rather than just speak out what you want to speak out, but don't attack someone in particular. Just steer it where you want to go. And that's all.
How long did you have something?
Yeah. I found Aragon to be pretty hypocritical because he's telling the chat to be not offensive towards them, but he wants to be cocky and offensive towards the chat. Yeah. So he's getting hurt, so the chat is feeling the same way.
Okay.
So it's better to have like some manners and talk in a way that's encouraging people to come up and speak rather than like being cocky towards them, if that makes sense.
Is that a
Like if you're in a normal conversation, like everyone is gonna hate you if you're cocky. You gotta have some manners. That's what I think.
Is that a dissatisfaction, Tolong?
Yeah. On a scale of 10, I would say like it's 6 out of 10. Like the dissatisfaction.
So with
Yeah, it wasn't that bad though.
with a dissatisfaction, I ask, what is one small thing you could do next time so you're not so dissatisfied? And you could think about that. If you have an idea, you could tell us, or you could tell us next time. And I want to read out Anak's dissatisfaction. Anak says, something I didn't like. I have a suggestion for the future. I'd appreciate it if there were constant information about the recording for YouTube. If someone joins later, they might not be aware that the lesson is being recorded. Perhaps you could write it on the cupboard behind you, or change the name of the class. While it may be a public space, I doubt that everyone is aware of that, especially since privacy laws can vary significantly from country to country. Thank you. I'll take that into consideration. Yes, Bam?
Mr. Green, I'd like to have the last word.
Well, you can bring in a surprise or learning. Let's see what happens. We have a few minutes left.
Yes, my surprise is that what I was surprised with is your comprehension issues are even worse than I thought. And you should watch the BBC to improve for next time. Yes. And don't be so offended from people, bro. Just try to enjoy the conversation.
Well, thank you. That reminds me, one thing I did want to mention is regarding being offended, mostly the reason we get offended by something is because we take it just personally. We take what somebody is saying or doing just personally. And it can be helpful to remember we don't control what other people say or do. And that's makes up a large part of life. Other people's behaviors and speech that is outside of our control. What you can do is explore your feelings about what somebody's doing, especially if you don't like something. This is a space where you can talk about that. Any other surprises, learnings?
Yeah, can I say something again, or is it like just a
Yeah,
one-time
no,
thing?
no, you can bring in more.
Yeah. So basically, I'm quite surprised that after what we all said and after what everybody was saying that we shouldn't offend people, Talong went and took a direct hit at me and said, "Oh, I see that Aragon is a bit hypocritical," which is kind of a personal attack rather than what Bam is doing here. He's just talking to the whole group as a whole, not personalizing things.
Well,
Hold on, Tolong. Hold on, Tolong. So we're not doing a back and forth. We're bringing in surprises and learnings, and that's you know, Tolong. That's Aragon. That's your sounds like surprise slash dissatisfaction, and that's all the time we have. We're going to leave it on that note. Great work, everybody. I don't know if you recognize that, but I think you guys are doing fantastic with the joining game and with all kinds of things. So, good work. Nice talking to you. I hope you have a great day and a great week, and I hope you can make it back next time, next week, next Saturday for the next class. Until then, goodbye. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, goodbye, everybody.
We love you.
Bye, Argon, Emperor Snowball. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, sir.